let me be honest. I honestly thought I already did my wrap up. So I've been working outside in the yard today. I'm off for about a week, and yeah, I do have jobs I have to accomplish other than reading. Unfortunately, I would love to just read. And I'm telling you right now, unbeknownst to my husband, it's supposed to rain on Monday, and I have every intention to do nothing but read on that day. Yeah. So let's get started with our October wrap up. As you can see the tree behind me. How behind am I? But yeah, it's the end of November. My husband and his friend surprised me by putting the tree outside. So we have a tree inside and outside. This lights up at night. Okay, anyway, let's get to it. So I've read a lot of ebooks, mainly some that were not definitely on my TBR. I think I went completely off the rails with that one. So with that, I read Death by Coffee by Erik Erikson, and but true to its name, someone actually dies inside the coffee shop, and I was like, oh no. And anyway. So we are following best friends as they open a bookshop / coffee shop. And it is basically Death by Coffee, which is the main character's father's book, which is how they got the idea. And the main character, and I'm trying to remember her name because apparently I didn't take good notes on this one. Bad Lizzie. Vicky Peterson is the one that owns the bookshop, and I think Christina is the one that owns the coffee shop, or Christy. Anyway, one of the customers gets the coffee and actually passes away, and Christy ends up being the main suspect, and we're just kind of following her as she does some things that are questionable, and how she solves her own case. So I had questions, I had issues. I am going to continue this series. Half of it is on Kindle Unlimited, the other half is not. So I had to have my husband actually ordered the next book, and then the rest of them are on Kindle Unlimited from there. So there we go. Gingerbread Bakery, Lori Gilmore, of course. We are following Logan and Jenny as they get married, and they're not really having problems. It's just that a couple of their friends are kind of more enemy to lovers kind of a thing, and Anne doesn't like Mac. Mac loves Anne. So he may not have always loved Anne, but yeah. So they're kind of going back and forth throughout the whole entire book, which for me was quite annoying because I do love the series. It's just this one was probably my least favorite. Be honest with you. Probably my least favorite. Mainly because of the back and forward thing. It just and then there's, okay, we go to the past, we go to now, we go to the past, we go to now. And I just found it quite annoying. Yeah, it just wasn't quite my favorite. The next book we read was a library book. It was called The Busybody Book Club by Frida Sampson. And I actually wanted this to be a series, to be honest with you. It reminded me of Thursday Murder Club. I was so happy about that. So anyway, like I was saying, we are following Nova, who is actually the leader. Sort of, not really, in my opinion. I think it's actually Phyllis. Yeah. Because Phyllis seems to take more control of the bookshop. So Nova actually works at this community center, and stuff goes down. Stuff goes down that night. It's just the wrong night to have the book club. So we are following her, and she automatically gets money ends up missing that night. And everybody's pointing their fingers at her because she is about to get married, and it's just, okay, you need money for your wedding. That's probably why you stole the money, blah, 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 and that. So the gang gets together and they're trying to figure out, basically prove Nova's innocent, and they're looking at Michael. Michael ran out of the bookshop that night, or the book club that night. So it's this whole entire cozy adventure of mysteries and etc. And they're trying to solve it all, and I just love it. I want another book. I honestly wanted another, like an update on all the characters, but alas, that was just like a one thing, pretty much. So I happened to be coming across this series. Well, I turned on the Hallmark Channel, and it was the Aurora Tea Garden series, and I thought, well, that would be kind of cool. I wonder if they have a book series. They, of course, did, and I got that from the library. We got Real Murders by Charlaine Harris, and we are following Aurora at Roe, as she's known in the movies. I'm not quite sure about the book because I haven't gotten quite into all of them yet, like I want. Anyway, Aurora is doing a presentation at the I'm gonna call it the community house. It felt like that. And she's doing this presentation on this woman that was called Julie Wallace. And some weird things are going down. Someone actually calls before the presentation even begins, and it's kind of, is Julie Wallace there? Is Julie Wallace there? And hangs up. So if that isn't strange, it just probably just sets up the book for all the strange things that happen. And Aurora figures out that one of her people that are supposed to be at this meeting that set up everything is gone, so she goes looking for her. She finds her, and it's not good. It's not good at all. So that kind of just sets up the story, and we're following why is this person kind of using Julia Wallace's murder as the setup to these other ones. And we're trying to figure that out. And of course, Aurora, like everybody else, our characters that we typically read about, is always in the wrong place at the wrong time. She reminds me of what is that series? Elementary, she read by Vicky. I can't remember her last name, but that series, it reminds me of Gemma, the main character in that series, being in the wrong place at the wrong time and being too smart, but yet not to put her in the that area. So, Death by Tea by Eric Anderson, it kind of very similar to me, it was similar to Aurora Tea Garden, where Christy ends up being in the wrong place at the wrong time and accused of murder again. How wonderful for her. Yeah. So, Death by Tea, so they have like a competition at the coffee shop, and a tea kettle is thrown, and Christy ends up being the main suspect because of course, and then the officer that she's dating kind of helps her and gets in trouble at the same time, trying to figure this out. And it's just, I like this series, but I find the characters, once again, quite annoying. So, and with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.